Good afternoon. It is 3 p.m. Sunday, August 27th, and I want to welcome you, making sure I'm live. Hello. Welcome and happy Sunday, whoever you are and wherever you are watching from. I have a little visitor with me today. When you come on, say hello. Let me introduce myself. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area. And I am live on Sunday afternoons in order to show you what you can do with your Stampin' Up! Products. And today we are going to be casing the mini catalog. But I do have a little guest with me today. Let me say hello. When you come on, say hello. Pat Coates is here. Hello, Cindy and Marcia. Thank you for sharing, Pat. I'm going to try to highlight all the comments as I go along because, oh, I just remembered I forgot to do something, you guys. I forgot to do something because I was so involved with this little one right here on my lap. So I forgot. I have two sets of names I needed to pull because for those of you that might not have seen my last, I know, I hear you. I'm trying to get a good grip on you. She is super fussy, you guys. This is Lucky, my little lucky lady, and she's wiggly. she's literally that wiggly. She is, I don't know if you can see, but she is a super fussy eater. Super. Y'all, I am so tired because I'm having to feed her frequently. She is only about 2 weeks old and she's trying to nurse on her blanket is what she's trying to do. But if I try to give her her bottle, she fights me. So that's why I have to have her kind of wrapped up as well. And sometimes, like even if I tried right now, she's going to fight me, but she's trying to nurse on her blanket. And she did eat a little bit before I got started, but that was after we got milk all over her and her face and the other blanket. And yeah, I told you I was going to tell. I was going to tell on you. Oh, she's so cute, you guys. That's why I have a hard time keeping focused. Yeah, look. See, look. They're looking at you. They're looking at you. All right. Can I get started? You want to try again? All right, let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. Yeah? When I try to give her the bottle, you guys, she wants to just bite down on the blanket. She's biting down on the blanket. She will bite on the nipple. She will, like, the whole night, and she's going, oh. I don't know if y'all can hear her. All right, well, go on. Go on then. I will catch you in an hour. Maybe she'll be hungrier then, and she'll actually want to eat. But y'all, I have so much stuff going on right here between my Stampin' Up! Stuff, and I got bottles, I got tissues. I put the wet wipes away. I have some baby Tiki stuff because she was actually trying to chew on my fingers. So I thought, well, maybe she's just not interested in milk. So this is a chicken and liver recipe, and it's for newborns and up, and it's basically like a high calorie little supplement, but it's got something in it that's really appealing to them, and it's like a little mousse, so it's easy for her to suck on. And so she was eating it right off my hand. So I've got that right here, and I've got my hand sanitizer because she's got something going on her feet, and so I'm treating her for possible ringworm. So I'm just making sure that I wash my hands frequently, and I use my sanitizer in between. So now that I'm thinking about that, all right. So let me catch up on some comments. Okay, so I will tell you guys while I'm kind of browsing down at the comments. I will tell you, hello, Beverly and Marsha and Melinda. So we are live right now, and I'm going to be casing the mini catalog today. I'm going to try to just get right into it as far as the demonstration. So, but I will tell you, I have no idea what Facebook's problem is, but apparently in my last video, because according to Facebook, I was a little deceptive in, in asking for likes. And I don't even know how that was deceptive, because I remember at the end, I'm like, if you enjoyed today's demonstration, just, do your thing. And so, but I don't know what the deal is. The video's still not up. I went to go pull the names for last Sunday's video, and I couldn't find last Sunday's video. The only one I saw on Facebook was the one that I did afterwards, where I said, if you missed my live this afternoon, you can watch the replay here. And fortunately, the link on there was my YouTube link. So I am streaming to both Facebook and YouTube right now. So, but I have no idea if the one on YouTube is going to stick. So, when it comes to pulling comments, I typically would go into both platforms to pull the comments for the drawings. And so, like I said, when I went to go pull the Facebook video late last night, I couldn't find it. So all I could do was pull the names from the second post I did, and then anybody that might have commented from YouTube. And so, but I didn't want to have to watch the whole video to get if I highlighted comments. So like when I highlight your comments like this, thank you for sharing, Cindy. And when I do stuff like this, I didn't want to have to watch the whole video all over again just to see who I might have highlighted, because I know I didn't get to everybody, and I want it to be a fair drawing. So I have to pull two sets is what I'm getting at. So we're not going to do a drawing today for last Sunday, because I want to make sure I'm at least including everybody. And unfortunately, the only way to do that is to go back through the live and do it that way. So we'll do a double drawing on Wednesday when I do my scrapbook video. So just keep that in mind. Thank you, Marsha. And let me catch up. So we're live. Marsha, thank you for sharing, Beverly. Rose says, I have 6 kittens about 4 weeks old. Oh, you're a baby kitten. I love bottle babies. I only have this one right now, but I'm waiting to get some kind of notification to see if there's another one, because for me, it's real important that they have another kitten, so that this one can socialize with another kitten and learn how to, behave with other kittens. So she's a cutie though, you guys. No, I'm not in Vegas. I'm not in Vegas. You have to be at Silver Elite or above to be in Vegas. I was at one point, but then I'm not anymore. So yeah. Oh, and I have my shirt on from retreat. I have my craft mode shirt on. This is the shirt we got to make at Shannon's retreat a couple of weeks ago. Thank you for sharing, Marsha. Oh, you love my hair? Oh, I got it cut a week ago, a little more than a week ago. And I've had to wash it since. So this is pretty much when I first did it, it was kind of floofy, because the stylist styles it and everything, and they can get back in the areas and do their thing and make it poofier. But once I get home and I have to do it myself, that's a completely different story. But thank you, Marsha. Yeah, Facebook's a little temperamental right now. I'm sorry, Facebook, but I'm still gonna post here, and if it sticks, it sticks. But I'm still appealing, trying to figure out why they removed and have at least a human person look over the video so they can post it back on there. Hello, Roberta. So other demos are saying, yeah, it's really odd. And I didn't even get a notification about last Sunday's video. I went to look for it and couldn't find it. I only got a notification about Wednesday's scrapbooking video. So thank you for sharing, Roberta. Hello, Lisa from Missouri. Thank you, thank you. It is a lot of work, you guys, and I enjoy coming on and sharing with you guys how to all the different products and what you can do with them, different techniques. And I love casing the catalog. That's always an easy last minute idea to do. And so but I do appreciate each and every one of you for being here, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to skip through. No worries, Stella. I'm going to skip through normal announcements, but I will tell you, let me throw this across the bottom of the screen. We do still have let me get my camera pointed down because I do want to go ahead and get started. All right. So you'll see scrolling across the bottom of your screen is the class kit for the second half of the month of August. And just to remind you, this is the class kit that you can earn for free with your online order of $35 or more. Orders $50 or more will get a package of the Rhinestone Basic Jewels absolutely free. You get enough supplies to make 2 each of these cards. And if you missed my demonstration, it is last week's video that's on Facebook, but you can go watch it on YouTube. This one has a little bit of a fun fold, and that heart on the corner helps keep the fold closed. But all of everything will be cut for you, die cut for you, embossed that I possibly can do. Y'all just know we can't do any of the stamping. So that is the class kit. I'm going to leave that scrolling across the bottom. Make sure to check out the event description because there is a lot happening between my retreat, my fall retreat. I'm going to see if I can move her a little bit over to the side so I can get up underneath my desk. Let's see if I can move her underneath my desk. That way I can scoot over. Between my fall retreat happening, you can take it live. It is in the Texas Hill Country at Mountain Laurel Retreat in New Braunfels, Texas. There are 5 spots available, and if you can't make it and you want to take it to go, you can definitely take it to go. And the link to register or to do the survey is in the event description. Today, what we're going to be doing is, if you have your mini catalog on pages 36 to 38, you're going to see a suite of products. I can't open it, but you'll see a suite of products that's called the Winter Meadow Suite. And that is the designer series paper that we're going to be working with today. Actually, the whole collection. It's called Winter Meadow. Let me move this out of the way. The Winter Meadow designer series paper, and it is available in 12 by 12. And I'm getting my pieces ready right now because I want to show you guys this gorgeous paper. If you missed the live, it was a pre-recorded video I did with all of my paper and ribbon share. I showed it on there, but I'll go ahead and show it again. You've got lots of colors that we're working with here. Lots of colors. Let me see if I can get them all here. Basic black, blueberry bushel, garden green, lost lagoon, misty moonlight, moody mauve, pebbled path, pretty peacock, shaded spruce, smoky slate, and the base color is basically basic white. But look at all these pretty colors. This is the designer series paper that we're going to be focusing around the projects for the fall retreat. I like it because it's very wintry, but not necessarily specific to Christmas. So we're going to be designing some projects that you can use during the holiday season. Look at this piece right here. It's monochromatic with the deer. And then the flip side is a coordinating design there. And then this last one is this one right here. We're going to be using this piece of designer series paper today. And the flip side to that is this one. Now, there are some other products that come in this suite that coordinate, and one of them is this Faceted Gems Trio Pack that comes in Lost Lagoon, White, and Smoky Slate. They're pretty thick embellishments, very, very pretty. Those coordinate. And then we also have this sheer ribbon, this 1/2-inch sheer ribbon that has the silver metallic edges to it. That's part of the suite as well. And then also part of the suite is Magical Meadow, the Magical Meadow bundle, which has a few sayings on there, but several more images. And then there's also coordinating dies. This is a cling stamp set, so it's the red rubber with the really sticky backing to it. And then the other part is the Snow Like Magic Specialty Designer Series paper. And you can see it's got a little shimmer to it. And the back side is white on all of these, so you don't have to be sad about covering up the other side. And look at how shimmery that is, like a foil. And then you have this white one with the silver on it. So that's the entire suite collection. And I was surprised. It's only $96.50 for everything. The bundle, the accessories, the ribbons, the 12 by 12 designer series paper, and the specialty paper. But it's not available until, what is it, September the 3rd, I think it is the when the catalog goes live. So let me make sure. September 6th. Sorry, September 6th. But I wanted to case a couple of the cards. I thought about doing the little box, but I was like, no, let me just do the cards. So we're going to case a couple of the cards that you see on page 36 in your catalog. So if you want to join me on page 36, the first one that we're going to be doing is this one. And let me bring this down just a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. And let me catch up on some comments. Okay, we're caught up. All right. So this one has a little bit happening with it. It's classified. Let's see, what's it classified? It's both of these cards that I'm doing today are classified as avid. So, and the reason why is because you got a lot happening with this card. You know, you got a lot. We're using Versamark, we're stamping, we're die cutting. There's no embossing, but there is die cutting involved with this. And there's a technique that they refer to as markering, so I can say that right, markering stamps. And I've done it before, but we're going to do it again. And we're going to case this. So I can't, like I said, I can't show you the inside of the catalog. So we're just going to, you're just going to have to look at your catalog. You want to see. And we're going to put this together. So let me put this off to the side. And I will give you dimensions as I go along. So let me grab my little ruler. We are starting out with a garden green card base. Okay. And I've already scored it down the middle. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. I'm just going to burnish my edge there, and let's stamp the back in. We'll stamp it in garden green. We're going to stamp it up on the back. Okay. All right. Now, some of this I've already done to kind of speed things up a little bit, but I want to show you how they got the same effect here. Okay. Now, what they did is, and let me grab my chamois because I know I need to clean something here. Which one am I using? It's this one. Okay, let me clean this. And I didn't put my images on, but the first one that we're going to be doing, the first step is this particular image right here, this long one right here, that's what we're going to be using. And we are going to stamp, oops, we're going to stamp in Versamark. And which way did I stamp this? I don't think it really matters. So when you want to get a watermark on your cardstock, you just use Versamark, okay? Versamark is just this sticky, clear substance. And you use Versamark, you can use it for this particular purpose. So if you're doing a watermark, that's all you're going to do. And you can see it kind of wettens the paper, but it leaves that impression. It's not really an ink. It's more like a, and I can't think of the word right now, but we use it when we also do our embossing with our powders. And we're going to be doing that on the second card. So we're going to leave the Versamark out, but we do want to make that little impression right there. As far as the papers here, what I did is I cut a piece of this designer series paper. I don't know that there's really a right or a wrong way with the direction, because these images are going in different directions. So in order to get a piece on this corner, this is a 3 by 5.5 piece of paper originally. And what I did is I put it in my trimmer and cut it from one corner to the other corner. All I did is I had to turn it sideways and I cut it from one corner to the other corner. And what I got was 2 pieces. I'm going to put this piece together like that. So you can see that was my original piece, or pretty close to it. There we go. That was my original piece. And then when I cut it from corner to corner, I got 2 pieces out of that one piece. And that's what we're going to put down in the corner. And we're going to use some all-purpose glue. So if anyone has questions along the way, I'm not looking at my chat, but I do have Beverly and I should have Shannon in my chat. Those are both of the mods. So feel free to ask away. And if one of them sees your question, they will do their best to answer you. I may see it later and answer it again, but that way I can stay focused. And I'm just moving this into place. That way this is exactly on that corner. Now I did take a strip. I had to use a full 12-inch strip of the Specialty Designer Series paper because you want it to overlap down here at the bottom, and you want it to overlap well through the top. And the first time I cut a piece, it wasn't long enough. And I was like, so I'll just leave it a full strip and cut off what I need to cut off. And clearly you can use the other pieces that you got cut off for scraps. So you can either put it on the back of this, or this little strip is a 3/4 inch strip. I think you could totally get away with using a 1/2 inch strip if you wanted to, if you're trying to maximize your paper. But this is definitely a 3/4 inch strip. And we're just going to put this over, and we're going to butt this up against that Designer Series paper all the way to the top. And we want to make sure it comes off the card base, and then just smooth it down. And then now that that's on there, we're just going to take our paper snips, and I'm going to snip this off from the inside like that. And same thing with the top. There we go. And then now we have that. All right, and then just give it some pressure. All right, now we have all these little pieces. We have all these little pieces. So this is, these were a couple of the die cuts in Shaded Spruce. This particular image was stamped in Garden Green and die cut. And then you have this image that was stamped in Pretty Peacock, but it was stamped off. So there's a darker image on another scrap piece of paper I have somewhere, so I can use that if I want to use it for something. But this piece was stamped off. And then you have this die cut in Moody Mauve that was done. Then you also have, we're going to have a couple of these. I'm going to do one to show you how I did this, but this is where the technique comes in. I've already stamped and die cut one of these, but this image is a die cut. And then I've already done the sentiment in garden green. Yeah, garden green with a nested essentials die. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little stitching all the way around it. I'm going to put that on there. And then let me go ahead and put this piece so I don't accidentally use it. This is the insert that goes on the inside. So let me go ahead and put that down out of the way. I'm not doing anything fancy on the inside, but if you wanted to replicate this, you could totally stamp like one of these images, maybe right there on the inside, or if you have an extra one you stamped and die cut out, you can put one on the inside. You can also do a coordinating envelope. If you did a coordinating envelope, I would probably use this designer series paper. That's really, really pretty. So now let's start building this. Let's use, we're going to put this down with glue dots. So let's start building this. And I'm going to stick it down with one to get it down. And then once everything's put together, I'm going to go back through and put glue dots in places where I feel like there needs to be a glue dot to hold it down, because these are some pretty delicate dies. So you want to be careful pulling them out of the machine, but at the same time, they are really delicate. So let me put another one on there right there. You could easily rip these. And we're going to put that one right there. We're going to put this one on. I like casing the catalog so that you can see, if you want to replicate it, what needs to be done, and at the same time show you that you can do these. This piece is a really long piece, and honestly, I'm going to cut it in half. I think that's what I did on my other one, because you're not going to see that bottom half, and you can totally use that for something else. So let's get a glue dot. Let me put another one on there. And there, and we're going to put this one side by side like that. And then we have this other one. It's much larger, and it's equally delicate, you guys. One right here. And this one is going to go right here. This one, we're going to put this up with a dimensional. So we're going to put one on the back. And let's put this one right here. Okay, just kind of overlap that little area right there. And now let's do the other one. I'm going to show you how we get that done. Okay, I just have a scrap piece of basic cardstock, and we have our little image. We're going to be using our markers, our Stampin' Write markers, and on this one we're going to be using Garden Green, and we're going to be using the Moody Mauve. All right, I'm going to use Garden Green first. Now on our Stampin' Write markers, you have a brush tip in, and then you have a writing in. We're going to be using the brush tip in for these. And what you want to do, you want to do it kind of at an angle. So kind of like you see me like this, I'm doing it at an angle. You want to basically color. I'm going to try to do this, you guys. You want to color the stems. And then at the very top of each of these berries, you've got a little piece of green stem that needs to be colored as well. Now don't worry about it drying out, because there is a part of this technique is once you get everything colored that needs to be that particular color, you're going to go back and you're going to give it a good huff. And when you give it that huff with that warm, moist breath of yours, you're going to reactivate the ink. So now we're going to color the berries. These, once they're stamped, they do have like a shaded image to them. So you might go to stamp these and realize that, oh, I didn't stamp it all the way. No, you probably did. That's just how it's supposed to look. So just keep that in mind. So with these little fine tips here, you can get into little areas where you want to get it nice and inked up. I think that's good. And then you're going to hear me huff. You just want to give it a nice warm huff. Did y'all hear that? And then stamp it. Ta-da! And that way, when you have your image, everything that needs to be green is green, and everything that needs to be moody mauve is moody mauve. So now we're going to use the coordinating die cut to die cut that out. So we're going to bring this up a little bit. We're going to use our little mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, which, by the way, while I'm doing this, I want to let you know that I do have for the retreat, I do have a special drawing that you can totally be a part of if you want. I am going to be collecting dog biscuit treats for the dog rescue group that I regularly support, which is Heart of Texas Canine Rescue Group here in San Antonio. Y'all know I regularly do fundraisers and things like that to support them. So I do have a special drawing that if you cannot make the retreat and you still want to contribute a monetary donation, you can totally do that. And then I will enter you into a drawing, a special drawing. And one lucky person will win the white version of the mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine that I did not give away at my April retreat. Totally did not take it with me, and so it wasn't part of the raffle. And so we'll be doing that. So if you want more information on that, you can either message me or go to, I don't know if I have it on the retreat. I need to go look. But anyway, if you're interested, let me know. You can private message me. We're going to put this one right here over this little area right here. I just wanted you to know about that particular raffle that's happening during the retreat. So not only am I collecting dog biscuits, but if you still want to participate with a monetary donation, you can still get entered into the drawing. All right, so I put a dimensional on the top and back, top and bottom back, but I'm also going to put a little bit of adhesive because we're going to put some ribbon on the back. Now, when I did this one, I did do a full piece of ribbon, and y'all know I've showed y'all in the past how you can trick it to look like it's a big piece of ribbon going on the back. That was a lot of ribbon that I used, and I felt really bad after using that. So I'm going to go back to my little trick of showing you guys how to make it look like you have a really long piece of ribbon back behind there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple pieces of this ribbon, and let me get just a couple of small pieces. And let's flip this over so I can see where I want this to go. I'm just making sure that's attached to the adhesive on the back. And then this one, let's do it this way as well. And if you need to trim it, you can totally trim this to where it's more of a slanted in there. Probably did that one wrong. Nope, that's right. Okay. And then grab a couple of more pieces, a little bit longer. Just a couple. You're gonna save ribbon doing it this way, I promise. And nobody's gonna see the back. But you do want to fold it over where it kind of, I can get it to, There we go. You do want to fold it over where it's a little bitty loop. And then put it on your back, but you want to make sure it attaches to the adhesive so that you can see that loop off to the side. That's not really hanging out there a whole lot, so you can pull it back out a little bit if you want, where it looks like it hangs out a little bit more. All right, that's getting on my nerves. Go. And then take the other piece and basically do the same thing, but on the opposite side. So if you're like me, you probably need to look at the front so you can make sure that you're putting it on the back the right way. Press that down. If you need to, you can hold it down with, you can hold it down with some Scotch tape, which I think that's what I'll do. So I know that it's not going to come off. Well, it's glue. With glue on the end of the Scotch tape. And then we'll put some Scotch tape down on this side. That way you know it's going to stay down. I just have both of them on there is all. All right. All right. That side is so ugly, right? But they're not looking at that side. They're looking at this side. So, and then you can go and adjust it if you need to, because, you know, you want it to look like it's a bow right behind it. And then that piece, we're going to put right here in the center so we can cover up where all of those pieces are kind of coming together in the back. There you go. And then now we're going to use these white gems, and we're going to put one right there. Oh gosh, that's sticky. We're going to put one right there. I could have sworn I had 3 of them on there. I do. I have another one right here. And we'll put another one right there. Okay. Y'all see that? Move that out of the way. And there is the first card. Very, very pretty. Lots of colors. They all coordinate really well with each other. The sentiment says the colder weather brings us together. Like I said, this is an avid card. Y'all saw everything that was involved. But beginners can totally do this as well with a little guidance. And if you're a beginner and you want to try this out, I invite you to go do that. Now, as far as all of these pieces there, I'm going to just take some glue dots and I'm going to roll it up just a little bit. I want this one to kind of be off to the side a little bit so you can still see some of that Versamark back there. And then I'm going to take another one and put one back here. There you go. And if you need to, you can put one right there because, like I said, these are very delicate dies and these little ends will catch on. You can also use glue if you don't want to use glue dots. I'm using glue dots, but you can totally use that as well. So there you go. There you go. And then, of course, when you turn it on its side, you can kind of see the dimension that's happening there. So I hope you like that. All right, so now let's do card number 2. Card number 2, you can also see on page 36. And we're going to be doing this one right here. This one's also classified as an avid card. So let's get those pieces out. And I believe I have done everything already with this one. That first one just had a little bit, because I wanted to show you that technique. Okay, so let's stamp on the back of this one in garden green. And this one is a landscape card, so we're gonna stamping up on the back. And we are, oh no, I gotta do it with this one too, you guys. I'm sorry. I thought I did both of them. I did it on the first one, but not this one. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a little stamping and die cutting with this one as well. But I've already done one of them. Okay, so let's put this on the inside. It's just a clear, basic white piece. There we go. Now we're using this designer series paper, and that was one of the last ones I showed you. And on the back, it has, you know, just this misty moonlight design. We're going to put that on the front. Now, this piece is not the standard matte piece, by the way. So this piece is 3 3/4 wide by 5.5 inches long. Okay, so you see a little bit of that misty moonlight cardstock on the top and bottom. Get some good glue on there. And I'm going to guess with this card, if you're replicating it, you're going to get different cuts of this designer series paper if you use this piece, just because of the way it's designed. Okay, so don't think you're going to be able to get exactly 6 cards with this particular piece of DSP, because you're not. If you want the same design, you're going to have to use probably a different DSP, like the full one that has all of these images, and you'll probably get about the same. But that one's going to go right there in the middle. I did use the which is this one called? The Stylish Shape Dies. I used the largest circle. Now, I did use the same designer series paper, but I just used the flip side to that. And I used a piece that had some little splotches on there. But you can see the little stitched edging. We're going to put that directly down in the middle. Uh-oh, somebody's meowing at somebody else. And this one's going to go right here. And we're going to turn this a little bit sideways so you can see some of those splotches over here. Okay, so that's directly on their designer series paper. I need to do another one of these. I thought I already had another one of these done, but I don't. But it's the same technique as card number 1. But I've done one, so let me go ahead and get that down. We're going to put a couple of dimensionals. And these, we're going to do one going this way, basically. And then we're going to do another one going the other way. But since I already have everything else ready, we're going to go with that. I have 5 of these holly leaf die cuts that I did in basic white. And we're going to get those on with some mini dimensionals. And we'll go ahead and put these on where we can. You can use the large ones if you want, but if you have mini ones, those work better. And we'll get the back. Put that one right here. One of these we're going to put directly on this last one. We're going to put directly on the cardstock. This one's going to go out that way. This last one right here, we're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of that. And this one is going to come out right there. I'm going to tap it down. I put a little bit too much glue on the end of that. Now we're going to go ahead and do the sentiment, which the sentiment is stamped in Versamark, and we're going to be using the white embossing powder. So with our embossing kits, you have your little embossing buddy. The whole kit has the embossing buddy, the tray, the little brush, and the reverse tweezers. And then all of the embossing powders you can get separately. And we're using the white. But the first step in embossing is you want to make sure that you rub your embossing buddy over where you're going to be stamping, because that'll help take the static off. And your sentiment is May the Season of Sparkle Bring Joy and Delight. We're going to be stamping that in Versamark. Now, I did cut this piece of Blueberry Bushel. That's a piece of Blueberry Bushel. A little bit, oh, that was upside down. A little bit wider than what I needed to, because you can go back and trim it. I'm going to go back and trim it. So that's nice and inked up. And then the second part is we're going to sprinkle some of this powder over that and then shimmy it across your paper there and then tap everything off. Tap, tap, tap. You want to make sure you get that excess off. And if you have any spots that have any of the powder that's sticking to, you can get away with using your brush and just taking them off. At this point, you don't want to get anything close to where you've stamped that sentiment, because that's a dry powder. And if you accidentally hit it with something, it's going to knock it off and you're basically going to have to start over. Okay. So that's why you want to make sure it's nice and clean all the way around. And then you can take your reverse tweezers and hold on to it, because we're going to be using our heating tool in order to heat up the embossing powder and set it to where then you can touch it afterwards. And this is our heating tool, and it might get a little loud. Let me get it here. And this will start to heat up the embossing powder. And what you'll see is it'll start to get brighter right before your eyes. And then I have it to where it's at an angle so I can see. I know y'all can see that getting brighter, but I can see if there's any spots I have to go back and heat up. And that's it. That is it. And then now you can touch it. I wouldn't have been able to do that earlier, because it would have totally, I would have had to have started over. Now I do want this to be a little bit more slimmer, so I'm just going to use my paper snips. But if you don't have a steady hand and you want it to be completely straight, you can totally put this back in your trimmer and cut the edge. Cut this off a little bit more. That's looking not bad. And then we'll do this other side just a little bit as well. This needs to be a little bit straighter, Barbara. When in doubt, just get your trimmer out. So there we go. Oops, sorry about that. All right. Now this piece right here, I am going to get some adhesive on the bottom, because we're going to be taking a little piece of our ribbon. I want it to be a little bit longer than the piece of cardstock. And we're going to put this along the bottom. And it's okay if it's a little bit longer, so that you can trim it if you need to. And depending on which way you want it to go, I think we'll do this way. I think on my sample I did the other way, but we'll do it this way. There we go. So you have that happening. And then let me get some. It's going to be on this side. We're going to put a dimensional, and let me get some adhesive down the middle. And then I'm going to set this aside, because this is going to go on last. There's a reason why I'm only putting a dimensional on one side, but I might end up putting it on the other side. But I definitely want some adhesive happening in the middle. So let me set that aside so that I can finish the other piece that I thought I had already done. Let me grab a scrap piece. I think this is long enough. Yeah, that'll be long enough. All right, so basically we're going to take this other image and do the same thing. We're going to take our garden green, but on this one we're going to be using garden green and blueberry bushel. So garden green, I'm going to leave this down, and I'm going to color these. Hopefully I can see from this angle. I didn't clean my stamp from when I used it, so Let's see if I can get all the green pieces and do it a little quickly, because like I said, I thought I did this second one, but I didn't. So you just follow along. Sometimes it helps to do right around the other color that you need to do and then go color in, kind of like when you're coloring. I don't know if I colored the wrong thing right there. Okay. I think at the top's there. Y'all, as the more I look at this, the more my eyes are going cross-eyed. I'm like, I'm just taking a look at it to make sure I got everything on there. I think I did. While I'm thinking about it, also, if you haven't and you still want to participate in my paper or ribbon share, make sure you go check out the event description as well so that you can go get signed up for that. Tomorrow, I will be sending out the first round of invoices. I think I got the right one on here. So basically, you can get a sampling of all of the new papers and all of the new ribbons from the new mini catalog. So you can see which ones you like and you know which ones you want to order more of and the ones you don't like. And you don't have to spend literally an arm and a leg unless you want to have your own full packages of all of the papers. Did I get them all? I think I got them all. So the little berries I was coloring with the blueberry bushel. And then same thing, you want to give it a half. That's some warm breath. And then stamp it. And then you have your little image there. And I think I might have gone too far a little bit, but that's okay. And then let's die cut this. What did I do with my die cut? Put it back. Which one is it? It's this one. All right, let's bring this up. Let's die cut this. Turn this off a little bit. And then just line it up. Yeah, I did it too far up to the top, but that's okay. It might look a little odd up at the top, but it's not bad. I'll trim it a little bit if I need to. Just looks a little bit odd right here at the top, but I'm just going to trim around a little bit. All right. Now, let's put this one on. And get a dimensional on the bottom. Let me put another one right here at the top. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. This one is going to overlap a little bit. Okay. And that probably should not go that far up. Bear with me, guys. I put the dimensional too far. I just shouldn't have put one there now that I think about it. Let me get a glue dot. Let me get a glue dot back there instead. That way that can go flat down. There we go. Okay, now we have this piece right here. This is going to straddle over where those two pieces come together. And that's why I only wanted a dimensional on one side so that it would stick down to this designer series paper, the first level of designer series paper. If I had put another dimensional on this side, then if you looked at it at an angle, it would have been kind of like that, basically. but this helps keep it more flat. So you can kind of feel where that dimensional went down in there, and then where you can cover up. And then this attaches to those two die cuts that overlap. And then you don't have that buckling happening there. You can see that. It's nice and flat like you want it to be. All right, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to use some of these, was it Lost Lagoon? Smoky Slate, the Smoky Slate ones. We're going to put these on. All right, we're going to put one right there. We'll put one right here. And then we're going to put another one, if I can get it. It's stuck to that cardstock. All right, come on now. The glue dot stuck to the cardstock. Okay, that's just a big mess. Let's try another one. There we go. Let's put that one right there. I'll have to fix that other one later. Get that out of the way. And show you. Keep forgetting to pull that down a little bit so you can see those. That is card number 2. That's the one you see in the top upper left-hand corner of page 36 in your catalog. I will tell you there is a supply list that's attached, but unfortunately the supply list does not have any of the new products because they're not yet available to order. But the supply list will update September 6th so that you can see item numbers and things like that. But if you have a catalog, you've got your item numbers already in your catalog. And so, if you want to order them, or if you decide to purchase your demonstrator kit, you can put new products in your demonstrator kit. And if you need any help or you have any questions about that, you can totally ask me and I will help you with that. But other than that, let me catch up on some comments. Thank you, Stella. Beverly likes the sprig elements. Thank you, Pat. Hello, Shirley. Thank you, Beverly. Yes, the paper is really pretty. And like I said, this is the paper I'm going to be using in my fall retreat. And the main make and take for the fall retreats is going to be a 12 by 12 sampler, including the 12 by 12 frame for a winter sampler. So it's something that you can use every winter if you want to, decorate for the winter season or the holidays. You can get away with doing that. And then also there's 2 add-on classes that you can add. The second one's going to be using the Oh Holy Night suite of products. And that's also going to be a 12 by 12 sampler class or home decor class, and then a Christmas Stampa stack as well. So if you want more information, make sure you go check out the event details for the ribbon share, the retreat. Don't forget, we have a kit sale that ends in about 4 days. We have kits that are up to 30% off. You can take advantage of. Other than that, don't forget, we have also a new paper pumpkin kit. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the journal. Let me show you the journal while I'm thinking about it. The paper pumpkin kit for the month of, well, the current one. Let me see if I can, where's my little, there it is. With Love and Gratitude is the next paper pumpkin kit. And not only is it a kit that's designed by Shelley Gardner, but there's an add-on kit that is $15. It is a journal. It's a full 8 by 10 journal that's got some really cute, not only, it's just cute, you guys. Look at that. And I know you can see that shimmer in the light there. I knew it was going to hit that. But your inside is, it's got this printed already on the cardstock, and you have a couple of pages of these really pretty stickers that you can use throughout your journal. There's a couple of pages, and then you have this really pretty heavy gold clip that you can use if you want to, tag any of your pages where you left off. But you got a couple of sheets of those And other than that, the rest of the journal, not the back is also pre-printed on the inside, is just a wide lined journal. It's blank all the way through, but you have all these pages. So if you like to journal, or if you know somebody that likes to journal and you want to give them a nice little gift, this is $15 and it's an add-on. Now you can only get these if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So that's one of the benefits of being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber is you have access to any of the add-on products that are available that coordinate with those particular kits, the kits for the months, and then refills. And then if there's ever a sale on Paper Pumpkin boxes and refills and things like that. So there are benefits to being Paper Pumpkin subscribers. And so I just wanted to show you that journal while I was thinking about it. But I hope you enjoyed today's demonstration of casing the catalog. Next week, we'll be doing the class kit in the mail for the first half of the month of September, and I am going to start doing Christmas cards. So that's something to look forward to. So if you enjoyed today's demonstration, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do because Facebook may take this video down as well. But I would suggest that if you want to start watching me from YouTube, I do have my YouTube channel as well. And all my videos are up and running over there as well. So thank you for joining me today. Have a great day wherever you're at. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. Make sure them and their fur babies are doing okay. Y'all stay hydrated, stay cool, and we will see you all Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for scrapbook page layouts. Bye, y'all.